It's October and it's official. The Yankees are going to host the Twins for the one-off playoff wild card game. Now, honestly, I'm kind of glad because had the Yankees won their last few games and the Red Sox lost all the remaining games, we would have had to have a one-off playoff division winner game between the Yankees and Red Sox. And I think that's just dumb. Whatever happened to head-to-head wins? I mean, yes, as a Yankees fan, I want that more because the Yankees beat the Red Sox more this year than the Red Sox beat the Yankees. But at the same time, at the Red Sox beat the Yankees, I wouldn't mind that because if you lose that game, then you got to go and then play the wild card game, and then right after that, you got to host the next game for the ALDS. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to throw my number 3 or 4 pitcher out there to start the series, and then you're already down, and you don't get an extra chance to throw out your best pitcher. Yes, Sabathia and Tanaka haven't been horrendous all season, and their last couple starts weren't too bad, but Tanaka's been either lights on or lights off, and he's just too finicky. You never know what he's going to do. And Sabathia, while he has been fairly consistent this year, he has had a couple hiccups here and there. So I wouldn't personally trust them to start the series like the Yankees trusted Sabathia back in 2009 when they won the World Series, but that's just me. Now, luckily, we don't have to worry about any of this stuff going against the Red Sox and then going and host the Twins and then go to the Indians or playing the Astros. It's Yankees, Twins, winner goes on. That's it. We don't have to worry about anything else. And luckily, in the Yankees' case, they get to host, so they don't have to travel much. Now, let's talk more about the specific wild card game. Now, I know I keep mentioning, and you keep mentioning, the Yankee bullpen and how good it is. Well, Girardi needs to take that bullpen and have it ready from pitch number 1. And we saw back in 2015 when the Yankees took on the Astros. They still had a pretty good bullpen, and they only lost 3-0, so it wasn't a terrible pitching game. I'll bet they gave up a couple home runs, but just in case there is like some sort of meltdown or whatever and Severino gives up 3 runs in the first inning, you got to be able to tab that bullpen and say, hey, let's switch over, let's do this, let's lock this down and try and get a couple runs back, because that order, top to bottom, is capable of hitting home runs. And that could be very important. I mean, that was pretty much the game sealer back in 2015 against the Astros were the home runs. I mean, yes, it was 3-0, but the home runs sort of can like set a pace. I mean, people say Judge isn't clutch, but say it was 2-0 and he hits another home run 3-0, that's a pretty good cushion, especially with the bullpen you have. And say Severino gets through 4 or 5 strong innings, I'd put him down, put the bullpen in, give him 1 inning each, let them throw as best that they can, and hope you win that game. You're here to win this game. It's a one-off game. That's all you can do. That's all you can hope for. There's really no room for mistakes. Very little wiggle room. As you're aware, the Yankees swept the Twins a couple weeks ago. And yes, while the Yankees are definitely the better team on paper, anybody who watches sports knows playoffs is a completely different story. Anything can happen. And as we saw in last year's playoffs, Cleveland Indians used Andrew Miller all throughout any part of the game that was needed. And the Yankees, their bullpen is not only deep enough, but also versatile enough to do that. They've got like 5 different guys who could close. David Robertson's Mr. Houdini. I mean, he's always in a bases-loaded jam, and then he comes out giving up like nothing. So, say Severino gets in with a bases-loaded jam in the 5th inning with 1 out, and why not throw in Robertson and let him be Mr. Houdini? I'll see you on Thursday.